Hi, I'm Tyler Parsons with ParsonsGolfPerformance.com. Today I want to bring you a little series of exercises you can do to help promote power in one of the key power sources being that lower body. Okay, so the first thing that we have to look at is how does that body need to function. So we know that we're going to need to load into our trail leg here, and that it's going to be responsible for a lot of the lateral motion to push over. So one of the things that we want to look at is, are we able to create power in a lateral motion? So a great exercise here to start off with is going to be lateral bounds, to where we're pushing, landing, and exploding. We want to spend the least amount of time on the ground and then push back. Another great way to do this once we've built up and gotten better is to add in resistance. So here I just have a little tubing and we're going to push, stick that landing, come back, and go back and forth. We can then switch and go the other way. One of the big things that we want to do is with that braking system, we want to make sure that whatever direction we're going to explode, the other one is able to slow us down. That way we're not prone for injury. Okay? So now that we've loaded up and we're working on that explosiveness, the next piece is going to be, are we able to go on and allow those hips to clear and get around? So we're going to see that the biggest hitters are always fully rotated. From that down the line, we can see that left pocket, chest is down, hands are in front. So that's going to be extremely important. A lot of you are going to lack the mobility. So one of the things that we want to do is start off with leg overs, to where we can lay down. We allow this to come up, drop down, and what this is going to do is help out with our separation. You can see that my hips are rotating around while it's stretching out. Very important that we keep this other shoulder down on the ground. We're just going side to side here. You can do sets of 10. After we get that stretched out a little bit, we can then go get into our golf posture. I'm going to have you load up, and what we want to do is allow that hip to twist, fire around, and really try to get it back. So we're from here, and really let that clear and get around. Now, to create the most power, we want the hips to be able to separate, fire as much as they can until they can't go anymore, and then the torso follow. So that's going to be that elasticity that we're using in the muscles to where it's dragging through. In return, that chest is then going to drag the hands. That's going to drag the club. So another advanced way that we can go about doing this, back to our band, we'll go on and get loaded up so we have the resistance. You can tell that makes me move much slower with the hips, but then whenever we eliminate it, we're able to load and fire those through. So it's going to be extremely important that you spend some time on your internal rotation as well as your external rotation of those hips, especially if you're having trouble. This is one of the major things that I do with Justin. Again, not only to help prevent injury, but to help out with his swing, we have to keep both these pieces loose. So as a right-handed player goes back, we're actually going to be internally rotating around that trail leg or that right leg. We're going to be externally rotating here, and then we're throwing it in reverse, and now we're internally rotating, externally rotating. Okay? So if you're looking for a couple of those good stretches, I've got another video to come for you that's going to focus just on that. So we've got those pieces going. The other piece that we want to get into is plyometrics, or how much can we push into the ground. So one of the big ways that we can do that is with any jumping motion. So squat jumps, broad jumps are really good to work on a more forward motion. But if we can, all you want to do is squat down, jump up as high as you can, land, and it's going to be really important that that rebound time is short. So we're down, up, back down, back up. We're looking to do a set of 6, recover. There's a lot of different variations we can do. One of my favorite ones is to where we actually eliminate and mess up that stretch shorten cycle so that it's sheer force we're going in. So what that would be, you can either sit on a bench or go on and squat, hold that, and then jump from there. Back down, and then jump. Again, that eliminates that stretch shorten that we're building up with that elastic energy. So whenever we do we're able to fire a lot harder. So great series of exercises to help that lower body get engaged and start building you more speed and power.